Hello everybody, welcome to Sim Race TV, coming to you live tonight, Daytona International Speedway, and you hear them out there running right now, these trucks, about to get it underway here for the race number 1 for the International Dirt Association, or the International Asphalt Association. So see, it's a new thing going on here. It's going to be Xcaliber Racing Engines presents the International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series here at Daytona. And tonight, it's going to be race number 1. And these drivers out there running some laps right now. About six minutes left in practice. And I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a good one. It's nighttime here at Daytona. And these trucks are ready to go. We got some guys out there. I mean, they're out there already laying it all on the line. But right now, it's Jarrett Galloway on the top of the leaderboard. He's managed to figure out how to get around this thing. This wonderful track that is Daytona. The quickest, 46.882, holds on to the top of the charts. Randy Brashear's in second. Lee Robinson, Richard Swavely, Blake Mosley's your top 5 out there here in practice. And we come in a little bit earlier than we usually do. We usually come in right around qualifying, but tonight we made it a little bit different. We're going to watch these guys run some laps here around Daytona. And we're looking at right now, we're looking at the driver of the 91, Carl Young. He's out there in that black Chevy Silverado. Let's take a look from his truck. And actually, right out the back rear view mirror is what he sees. He's got a driver helping him, and I'm not sure who that is, but looking at these speeds, that's the number 5 actually. The number 5 out there pushing him around. Cody Cantonwine, that is. And we'll take a look from Cody Can't Whine, because, man, these guys all over each other right now. Out there, I'm sure we got a bigger group out there. So we'll take a look at some of the other drivers out on the track right now. See who else out there. We got Chris Navwernick, I believe, in the Jurassic Park machine. He's got some trucks ahead of him, a couple trucks, I believe that is. I'm not sure who that is. See, Randy Brashear's out there running along with another guy. The 23, that beat Randy Brashear's, and the 119 is who he's with. Corey Stansel out there. These guys putting it down. And real quick, before we get this race underway, we'll take a lap around here at Daytona as we're riding along with Randy Brashear's right now. Man, I'm having some mouse issues over here, man. I hate this mouse. I got a new one on the way, though. .183 miles an hour as they cross that start-finish line here. 50 laps coming up tonight. 50% fuel. Fixed setups is what's going on here at Daytona. Actually, this whole season is going to be fixed setups. So, hey, you got a few minutes. Still got a few minutes left to get yourself some beverages or some snacks or whatever you might need for a good race here at Daytona tonight. If you plan on sticking in and watching this one, I know it's going to be a pretty long race. 50 laps here at Daytona takes a little while, considering they run a 46 second laps out there when they are drafting. So I'm going to step away for just a second and I'll be back here. 2 minutes left in practice. Don't go nowhere. That's gonna do it for practice here. And of course, I'm Jay Weezy. Race number 1 for the Xcaliber racing engines. iRacing iFlag Truck Series season number 1 here for these guys. So any information you might need about this, look in the description of the video. I have added everything you might need to know about this league and iRacing iFlag. So if you want to check those guys out over at iRacing iFlag, check them out. The link's in the description of the video, and check out their Facebook. Just click on that. You see it right there in the description. So qualifying underway. Let's pull up our leaderboard here for qualifying so far. And these guys haven't made a lap yet. It's just showing you what's going on so far here. The 88 is Thomas Coggins. TJ Coggins out there. And I tell you what, TJ, man, it's hard not to pull for TJ Coggins because I've seen him out there on the track before. I've seen him at Daytona in the asphalt side of things. He's not only fast in the dirt cars, but he's also fast on the asphalt. So let's see. These guys got about 3.5 minutes to make 2 laps. Who's gonna put it on the pole tonight? That's what I want to know. And if you got a driver that you think's gonna win this, type it out in the chat. Let me know who it is. Daryl Brumfield out there watching, man. Is that from Satsop, Washington State? Is that what you're saying? Either way, appreciate you for tuning in. Chris Cookton, Dustin German, Blake Mosley. We got a couple over on the YouTube and Twitch side as well. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. And we have a pole sitter right now. It's Richard Swaverly. Thomas Coggins is going to be in second. Here's Richard Swaverly right here. The 38 machine making his second lap around his first lap of 51.681. Keith Hackney's in third. Swaverly coming to the start finish line here in the 38. And that's good enough for second. TJ Coggins puts it on the pole here, but it ain't over yet. Still have 2 minutes left. He might get knocked off as he comes to a screeching halt right there. Kyle Egger drops down to 4th after Sean Freeman lays his lap down here. And the number 87 machine, Dunkin' Donuts, that is. Jarrett Galloway in 4th now with a 51.174. He's coasting around the track right now. Charles Silvas, man, this guy right here, I tell you what, watch out for Charles Silvas because he has won 2 of these already. They did some practice races. They actually called it Hell Week. And I know they ran 2 restrictor plate tracks. Actually here at Daytona, I believe. He won 2 of these things, man. Or, well, he won 1 restrictor plate track, and then he also won at Atlanta in the trucks. So Charles Silvas might be one to watch out for. But right now, TJ Coggins still on the top of the leaderboard. I told you that 88. You're going to have to keep an eye on him. The 91 of Carl Young out there right now as he comes across the start-finish line. He pulls off the track down into turn number 1 right now, and it's good enough for 8th. The number 91, 51.249 is his qualifying time. Carl Young, man, I tell you what, we ought to get him up here in the booth. See if we can pull him up on the radio and get a word in with him. I'm not sure if I've been granted that permission yet, but we will. Yeah, I have. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Carl Young, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, looking good out there. Qualified 9th right now with a 51.249, man. XRE, man, coming through with this series, man. How you feel about the race tonight?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, man. Hey, if I had any advice to give you out there, man, hey, lay low for a while. Let those guys tear up their trucks and be there at the end, because to finish first, you must first finish, Carl. Want to wish you all the good luck out there you can get, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. That was Carl Young, and let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight. Before we do that, actually, I want to the number 88 of TJ Coggins is starting on the pole, so I definitely want to get a word in with our pole sitter. Let's see if we can do it. Let's pull up TJ Coggins here real quick. Thomas Coggins. TJ, how you doing, buddy?
Good, Jay Wazer. How you doing, bud?
Hey, man, I called it, man. I knew you was going to be a force to be reckoned with here at Daytona, man. You put that thing on the pole. How's it feel?
Feels good. I'm ready to get out there and run.
Yeah, man, stay safe out there. I know these guys is chomping at the bit to get to that back bumper, man, but you got a fast truck, and I've seen you out there plenty of times on this asphalt. You not only got it figured out on the dirt side of things, you're fast on the asphalt, as I told everybody out there watching earlier, man. What's your shot at winning this one, man? I know it's a crapshoot.
I just need to stay up front. If I can stay up front, I can win it. If I fall to the back, I might be in a little bit of trouble, but I'm going to go for it.
Hey, man, good luck to you. And, hey, you know what I'm going to say. Hopefully we'll catch you in victory lane, TJ.
Thank you, Jay Wizard. Appreciate it, bud.
Hey, no problem. Oh, Thomas Coggins out there in that 88. Let's take a look at our starting grid here for tonight's race here at Daytona International Speedway. The 88 of Thomas Coggins, your pole sitter, with the 38 truck on his outside. And give me just a second here. I'm trying to get something sorted out. Richard Swaverly on his outside, by the way. And on the inside of the second row, well, that's going to be the man, Sean Freeman, the number 87. Starting on his outside, it's going to be the 47 machine, the Hendricks.com, HendricksCars.com on the side of that truck. Kyle Edgar. Still trying to get this stuff. All right, here we go. The 46 car is going to be third row to the inside here. And that's Jared Galloway. Jared Galloway is going to have... Let's see what we got behind him. They kind of spread out. The 5, maybe? The 4. Oh, yeah, the 4. We know who that is. The 4 of Keith Hackney, but actually the 022 is going to be on his outside. That's going to be J.D. Sass. Keith Hackney in the 4 going to be on the inside of the 4th row. The 5 machine, Cody Cantonwine, starting on the 4th row outside. 5th row inside is going to be the 91 car of Carl Young. Carl Young's going to have the 28 of Charles Silvas alongside him. Pace car getting set to pull off here. We also have Chris Nadwamick. Hopefully I say that right, man. It's kind of spread out here early on. Looking good here. These guys taking it easy, playing it smart. You know how it is here at Talladega. So you got, I mean, I said that earlier almost. At Daytona, you know, you got to play it safe. Here's the first lap here. Thomas Coggins, your leader right now. Sean Freeman, Jarrett Galloway, Richard Swaverly, and Keith Hackney round out the top 5 here halfway through this first lap. Actually, they're coming out of turn number 4 right now. TJ Coggins looking to lead the first lap after starting on the pole. Top 4 cars single file. The first one on the outside, that's going to be the 38 of Richard Swaverly. We got JD Sass on the inside there, and Charles Silvas He's up there, along with that 47 machine, Kyle Edgar. So we got Keith Hackney moving to the high side. It's going to be Hackney and Swaverly. The first two cars on the outside, along with the 47 of Kyle Edgar. Charles Silvis up there on the high side as well. The 47 makes a move to the bottom. Says, put me down low. I'm tired of running that high side. Leaves Charles Silvis out there trying to sniff some air off the 38 machine of Richard Swaveley. The 91 of Carl Young trying to tuck up on the back bumper there. And here we go. Our first instant. Keith Hackney and the 46 get tangled together. And we are under caution here for the first time tonight. Didn't take long. Lap number 3. And we already got some trucks that's tore up out there. Wow. Let's go back on the replay and let's take a look at that one more time. Even though we caught it live, I definitely want to see what happened there. So some hard racing going on, kind of, sort of, for early in the race. These guys right up on each other. The 87 of Sean Freeman comes up just a little bit, taps Keith Hackney. Hackney does everything he can to hold on to it, and then he does a nice move there. I'd have to give that about an 8 or a 9. All those 360s there, and landing on his feet there. It looks like the 5 gets caught up in that, as well as the 46. Cody Kenton Wine, Jarrett Galloway, Keith Hackney caught up in that, and Sean Freeman, of course, as well. Let's go up front. Let's go back up live up front. Sean Freeman still up front, running second after being involved in that one just a little bit. Actually, I believe, I wouldn't say well, you know, let's call him out. I think he come up just a little bit on Keith Hackney there. Keith might have been holding him down a little bit, but still plenty of room on the bottom for Freeman to hold that truck down, but it just got away from him. He pushes up just a little bit, gets into that corner of the number 4, Keith Hackney there, and Hackney just couldn't hang on to it. And I know he's a heck of a driver. He did everything he can to hang on to it. Just couldn't do it. Hackney, or TJ Coggins and Charles Silvis decide to stay out on the track here. Let's take a look at pit row, and just for real quick, let me fix this. All right, sorry about that. I had to get that taken care of, man. That was driving me up a wall. But we got it taken care of here. The 88 stays out. Charles Silva stays out as well. We got a few trucks decided not to come down pit road. The 63 of Chris Nadwanick, Ty Dowman, Randy Brashears, Blake Mosley stays out, along with David Climber time out there, and everybody else come down pit road. The first one, Kyle Edgar, Richard Swaverly, Carl Young, Scott Crump, Lee Robinson, Corey Stansel, Dustin Heath, Ryan Kendrick, Noah Samples, Dustin German, Sean Freeman, JD Sass, Jared Galloway, Keith Hackney, Cody Canton Wine. All those guys came down pit road. Jason Nash being scored 3 laps down right now. I believe he has not made it out on the track due to technical difficulties. So I hate to see that for Nash. There's going to be scored in 23rd position. I tell you what, while we're under caution, hey, remember this, guys out there watching. If there's a driver that you would like to talk to, let me know who it is and what you want to ask them, and under caution, we will try to get an interview with them for you. And we will ask them, as long as it's, you know, nothing silly. We'll ask him what you want to ask him. Let's get a word in with Hollywood Charles Silvas. Hollywood, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
What's up, Weezy?
Hey, man, just barely slide through there. I was questioning you about starting up front, man, but it might be the place to be to stay away from those wrecks.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a long race.
Well, we know you're strong here at Daytona. You actually won a race there at Atlanta as well, man. You got a tough car out there for these guys. What are you thinking about TJ Coggins, man? You guys gonna work together, or you just want to finish first?
I'm hoping I can get hooked up with him for a while. He's really good here too.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a bad idea, man. You still got a clean truck out there, man. Hey, good luck. Go back to work.
All right.
Hollywood, Charles Silvas in the 28, starting outside the pole here. TJ Coggins, your leader right now, the 63. He's going to be on the inside of the second row. He's going to have the 47 of Kyle Edgar on his outside. And we're going to have the 38 of Richard Swavely and the 91 of Carl Young. Carl Young up to that third row here on this restart. So it's looking good for Carl Young out there, for all you guys out there rooting Carl Young on. I'm along with you on that one here. We are back green flag racing here at Daytona. Looks like a lot of guys hanging out, a lot of trucks hanging out in the back. Got a couple coming down pit road right here. Coming into the pits. 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks coming into the pits as TJ Coggins leads another lap with some help from the 28 of Charles Silvas. Charles Silvas all over the back of Thomas Coggins. Actually, Charles Silva's third in line on the inside. Those trucks look similar there. The 47 of Kyle Edgar. He's the one that's pushing Thomas Coggins there. As these guys come barreling off of turn number 4 here. Carl Young trying to make something happen up on the high side with some help from Hackney. Hackney back at it out there with the 38 of Richard Swavely up, pulling up on his outside. Top 3 single file right now. Let's take a look a little bit further back here as we got Blake Mosley coming off of pit road. Let's see who else is coming off of pit road. The 119 of Corey Stansel was coming off of pit road. We're taking a look at the 18 of Lee Robinson, but back up front here, TJ Coggins still leading this one with that help from the 47 of Edgar. Silvas Jr. in second. The 28 machine, Carl Young, getting a run with that help from Keith Hackney. If they can get that 63 of Chris Nabwarnick to come up here. Here comes Charles Silvas. He makes that move to the high side here. He says, I'll help you guys, as the 47 and the 88 lock bumpers here down the back straightaway. Carl Young had his nose out front to take the lead for just a second, but the 88 comes back by. The 91 of Young looking good up on the high side. Hackney, a heck of a pusher there. But the 88 just too strong. Hold on to the race lead. Edgar not giving up. He is all locked on to the back bumper of that 88. The 88 makes a move to the high side. The 91 has to lift to keep from getting caught up in a wreck. And that leaves the 47 of Edgar down on the bottom. Here comes the 63 of Chris Nabwinick. Charles Silvers drops back there. Fourth truck on the inside there. Looks like he's taking it a little bit easy there. The 5 jumps in line there. He is 1 lap down. Cody Cantonwine, actually 2 laps down. Cody Cantonwine is. Carl Young looking to take the lead as he splits them 3 wide, coming through turns number 1 and 2. They almost touch. Young stuck in the middle. Thomas Coggins up on the high side, and Edgar, the 47, down on the bottom. These guys making it look good as Carl Young drops to the inside row. Now Carl Young getting that push from Edgar, but the 88 of Thomas Coggins cannot be denied just yet. Keith Hackney still fighting for the lead, looking for some help from behind, and here it comes. Cody Cantonwine pulling up on him in the AC Delco machine. Hackney contact. Hackney and Cantonwine make contact. That is going to bring out a caution here one more time. Hackney down on the I'm sorry. Cody Cantonwine down on the bottom there. Not sure what happened, but you know what? We are going to take a look. So let's go see. I know the 4 of Keith Hackney got down on the door of the 91 there for just a second, and they may have made contact. The 4 just not giving enough room for those guys down on the bottom, and it's making his day tough. There's the 63 gets caught up in it as well. The 63 of Chris Nabwinick goes up above. Let's take a look at this one more time here, because the 63 pretty safe right now, just riding behind these guys. As you see the contact, and then he bounces off of Cody Cantonwine, knocks the 63 into Cody. Or Keith Hackney knocks the 63 into Cody, and you see Charles Silvers just barely slide through there, along with Lee Robinson. Lee has to go through the grass, and then we got, I believe that was David Clymer just flying through there. I would like to know who that was. That was a little fun to watch. A little dangerous. Probably getting yelled at by a few drivers, but let's watch him as he goes through this. The 420 machine of Climber Time does make it through safely here, but that is why we're under caution number 2 here tonight for the IAA iRacing iFlag Truck Series here, presented by XRE at Daytona, race number 1, the season opener. What would you like to ask him, Franklin? Sure can. Way too early. That's right, Chicken. Way too early for these guys to be mixing it up like they are. I believe Keith Hackney just not giving enough room down on the bottom. These guys, you know, they do move around just a little bit. They're at 185, 90 miles an hour. So, you know, you got to leave a little bit of room. You do have 2 lanes up on the high side there, so enough room for the number 4 to leave a little bit more room for those guys down on the bottom, which I believe is the reason why we were under our first caution there, was old Hackney down on the bottom there. Actually, on the high side, just come down a little bit too far. These guys wiggle around just a little bit. Kyle Edgar, huh? What you like to ask him, man? What you like to ask him? Right now, Kyle Edgar in the pits, and yeah, man, what would you like to ask him there, Franklin? We don't have a whole lot of time, but hey, I'll go ahead and get him ready here. All right, let's see if we can do it. I see him on the radio. Kyle Eggers, Jay Weezy up in the SRTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
Hey, man, we got some people out there rooting you on in the chat, and they wanted us to get a word in with you, man. They wanted us to ask you, how's the truck feel? What do you think about this this whole race, man? And what's your plan here? You just kind of hanging out? I know you're up there. You're one heck of a pusher, man, keeping TJ out front. You plan on staying up front all night?
Nope, not at all. I just pit there, get some fuel, some tires. I know people are gonna pit here, but you know, it's dicey up at the front. It's early, and that last caution was, I would say, a bit uncalled for, but that's racing here at Daytona, so we're dropping to the back. We're playing this thing safe. We still got well over halfway to go.
Hey, I totally agree with you, man. You know, you've been fortunate enough to miss those first two ones, and you know, hey, not a bad call. I'd probably do the same thing, yeah. And you know, we were watching the replays from those first two cautions. Seems like guys just not giving enough room for those guys down on the bottom, and just that little bit of contact causes that truck to get out of control.
Yeah, I think people are pinching a bit too hard early at the start. I know you got a side draft here, but you know, it's lap 16, so we still got a long way to go here, and we just got to be there at the end.
Hey, man, appreciate you coming up here and talking to me. You might want to give a shout out to real quick.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to you guys for putting this on. Blake making this whole league get going, and lucky to have Hendricks on board this week. Hopefully we have another truck ready for next race. I see Jade Franklin there in the chat. I'm a spotter in the APC Series Pro 8 model up here in Canada, so I know he's cheering me on, and we're looking forward to a good season.
Hey, man, great looking truck, and hey, man, I'm kind of rooting for you too, man. You look good out there.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. Kyle Egger, that is. Hey, man, first time talking to Kyle Egger, and I enjoyed it. So we'll probably get in some more interviews with old Kyle Egger there. And he said he's from Canada, I think. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Some Canadians out there. Appreciate it, Jay Franklin. Mike the Farmer says smoke time. That's right. All day. All right, well, let's go through our running order here right now. This is early in this one. It's early in this one. These guys out there mixing it up pretty quick. Carl Young, he scored as your race leader. Dustin Heath, Richard Swaverly, Sean Freeman, and Kyle Egger. And the first one outside of the top 5 is Hollywood, Charles Silvas, and also Justin German. I see you out there, buddy. Good luck. These guys coming down the back stretch. Lights are off on the pace car. And you know what time it is. We're getting set to go green here one more time. So we're almost halfway through this one. These guys are on fixed setups, 50% fuel. So let's watch Carl Young get set to hammer down in the number 91. And hey, if we got another caution, man, go ahead and let me know who y'all want to talk to and what you want to ask them. And hey, next time we get a caution, we'll pull them up, get a word in with them. And thanks again there, Franklin. All right, here we go. Pace car clears the track, and it's on Carl Young here to go hammer down into turn number 1, and he does it there with some help from the 38, Richard Swaverly, and it looks like the 47 of Kyle Egger. He tried to drop back just a little bit, didn't help him there because he is already back up in the first 2 rows. We also have the number 6 of Dustin German making his appearance for the first time up front in the top 5 here. The 38 up top by itself. That's Swavely. As we got Young, Edgar, and German, your top 3 down on the bottom. Here comes some help here from the high side. The number 96 pulling in. That is Dustin Heath there in that 96. Watch out for this yellow number 6. This guy right here is a plate track driver. He is my teammate, by the way. So watch out for this guy. He is up front, and he is ready to pounce whenever he feels the need necessary, but very smart driving going on by a lot of these drivers, just kind of riding around right now, letting all the guys crash out, if they're going to crash out or not. And here we go. Let's do it. Turn that volume up, and I'll keep my mouth shut. Got a car off the track here as they are coming down the backstretch. Lap number 22 of 50 here. We got some racing going on. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was awesome. If that don't get you pumped up, man, I don't know what to do for you, but go holler at Mike, the fireman. He might be able to help you out there over on Twitch. The 47 of Kyle Egger decided, hey, no more playing around. I'm putting this thing up front, and he's got Thomas Coggins behind him as he gets a nice bump there from Scott Crump. Scott Crump loses his connection just for a second, but he is back. Side by side up front, 4-5 rows deep. Here comes Lee Robinson, the third row outside. Carl Young running strong there on the outside there, trying to push Hollywood Charles Silvas up to the lead. They don't have enough help there. 4 trucks on the bottom, 2 trucks up top. Edgar, Coggins, Scott Crump in the 11, and Sean Freeman in the 88, along with the 38 of Richard Swavely trying to get caught up to him there. So Carl Young and Charles Silva's fighting hard on the high side against these 4 or 5 trucks, and they're doing a pretty fine job, I must say. Edgar running strong out front here, as he is the leader of that bottom line. We got another pack of trucks a little bit further back, but these leaders are racing right now. Lee Robinson trying to get caught up to the back of that 91 so they can push the 28 of Charles Silva's up to the front where Edgar's at. Tell you what, Kyle Edgar looking strong here as we are approaching halfway through this one. 25 laps to go here at Daytona for the Xcaliber Racing Engines International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series here live at Daytona on SRTV Network. I'm Jay Weezy, guys. Thanks for watching. This is a good one, as we are only halfway through this one, so we got a lot more action coming up here as they cross the line. This time by Kyle Edgar leads that lap as well. TJ Coggins moves it to the high side there. Charles Silva's Hollywood, they're pushing him from behind there. Carl Young, third in line. One thing I noticed is the 6 of Dustin German drops back just a little bit. Lee Robinson, he has got the hammer down. He's trying to catch up to these guys, and he's almost there. He's trying to get to the back bumper there of the 91 of Carl Young. Carl Young looking good tonight. He just can't get to his bumper there by himself with no help on the outside there, so he might just be riding. He might have found a safe spot to ride. I don't mind it there, Fallman. I don't mind it. Being that we are already halfway through this one, hey man, next week's always a good idea. Are you in their Discord? We got a new leader right now. Scott Crump found his way around Kyle Edgar, and now he's the leader of this one. The 91 of Carl Young has some trouble, and he might be out of fuel. Let's see. Oh no, Carl Young seems to be out of fuel. Wow, Carl Young, no! Back up front, Scott Crump still the leader as he crossed the line that time by, or this time by. The 47 of Kyle Edgar all over the back bumper of him. He is running good up front here tonight. Sean Freeman in the 87, third car on that inside line. TJ Coggins and Charles Hollywood Silva still looking good there. Here comes Daniel Robinson. Lee Robinson and Dustin German, they are coming. Let's take a look. Here comes German trying to get a sniff off of the 18 and get that run. Looks like they might just be playing it safe right now. Got some cars on the apron. Looks like the 022 at JD Sass down there, along with the 420 of Climber Time. things kind of calmed down right now. A lot of guys lost the draft there. They have fell pretty far back from the lead pack. This is the lead pack right here. And there is a little bit of a separation between our top two, Scott Crump, Kyle Edgar, and then we got Sean Freeman in a 38 of Swaverly. And we got a good one going on right now here at Daytona. Kyle Edgar doing everything he can to keep the number 11 of Scott Crump going forward. And it's almost like they're pulling away from these guys behind them, but then all of a sudden, they come up on lap traffic. Lap cars right there. Noah Samples and Blake Mosley down on the bottom, and our leaders up on the high side there with Edgar, the one in tow, pushing that 11. Yeah, we'll get together there, Mike, after the race or something. So we got a good season coming up, guys. I'm telling you, you need to stay tuned to what's going on over here. These trucks put on a great show. A lot of great drivers out there on the racetrack here at Daytona. And it looks like the number 8 of Noah Samples, with help from Blake Mosley, are able to stay out in front of the lead pack, trying to keep themselves from going down a lap. They are on the tail end of the lead lap. And if our leader decides that he wants to, you know, get on around him and he's got help, then Blake Mosley, Noah Samples might go down a lap. Starting to see a high line form a little bit there. At least the 38 was trying to make something happen up on the high side there with help from the 88 of Thomas Coggins. There is a few trucks up there along with the 28 of Charles Silvas being one of them a little bit further back. Dustin German and Lee Robinson just hanging out a little bit further back, kind of just riding around, man, waiting, which is exactly what you need to do here at Daytona. And we got our leader coming in. Oh no, Sean Freeman, trouble getting on the pit road, slams the inside wall of the pits. Oh, I hate to see that for Sean Freeman. If he can get to his box and get that truck repaired, then he will be fine. Let's watch this happen live here. We'll see if he has a fast repair. When he pulls in his pits, that thing will go brand new again. He was already in one. All right. Yeah, he should be good. So let's go back up front. Green flag pit stops underway. And right now, it looks like Sean Freeman and Kyle Edgar, the first two trucks to take. And here comes Lee Robinson, along with the 38 of Richard Swabley and the 11 of Scott Crump, making their way down pit road here. We're in the middle of green flag pit stops at Daytona, so watch out, guys. This thing is getting interesting. We got a lot of cars out there wanting to get that lap back as well. So if a caution comes out, that really could shake things up here at Daytona. The 34, you see that truck, the number 34 is Ty Dallman, along with the 96, Dustin Heath. They're both 3 laps down, actually. They just went down another lap as those leaders went by there. And right now, our race leader is the 88 of TJ Coggins, and he decides to come down pit road along with Hollywood Charles Silvas and Dustin German. These 3 trucks, if they stay together, they better watch out for these 3, because all 3 of these guys are A1 out there on these plate tracks. So they could be a force to be reckoned with, but with Thomas Coggins making his way down on the pit road, this should shake things up just a little bit. Just, I think, 2 tires and fuel, or maybe just fuel for these guys here as they come off of pit road. Thomas Coggins still being scored as the race leader, so we're going to see these guys how fast they can get back up to speed. If they can get back up to speed faster than these other guys, they might come out with a nice lead, or if they can just blend right back in, they should be fine. Here comes the lead pack here, or the first two leaders, or I'm sorry, the 119 is not a leader, so these guys are being scored as the leader. TJ Coggins comes in as the leader, and it looks like he's going to come out still holding the lead. Here they come now into turn number 3. I can hear them. It's Lee Robinson right there. Little bit of gap between them. The number 11, Scott Crump, Lee Robinson, and Kyle Edgar. Those 3 trucks trying to catch up with TJ Coggins, Charles Silvas, and Dustin German. And we are approaching 10 to go here in the next couple laps. So this thing is winding down quick, and it is heating up. Things are getting exciting here at Daytona. Let's find out what happens here, because they are coming in hard here. The number 11 of Scott Crump with help from Lee Robinson and Dustin German. They got a good run as TJ Coggins and Charles Silvas up on the high side. Lap traffic down on the bottom of the racetrack here as the race leaders make their way around here to come across the start-finish line to complete lap number 37 and start lap number 38. Thomas Coggins and Charles Silvas duck down on the bottom as soon as they clear that lap traffic and leave the number 11 of Scott Crump and Kyle Edgar out on the high side, but that's not going to matter much because there they are right behind the number 6 of Dustin German. Looks like Dustin German leading the outside line here. Crump trying to push all over the back end of that Jegs number 6. One of the drivers looking like they're making their way down the pit road just peeled off. That's the 119 of Corey Stansel. Looks like Lee Robinson might have got a penalty, had to come back on the pit road. That could hurt him if he doesn't see a caution. If this thing goes green, man, I hate to see it for Lee Robinson, but hey, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, and right now it's crumbled. The number 91 of Carl Young, he's still out there on the track right now. He has scored 3 laps down. And I hate to see it for the 91 after running so well early on in the race. To run out of fuel contact, the 88 of Coggins and Carl Young make contact there. They touch coming through turn number 4, but no harm, no foul. It stays green, and all these trucks still on the racing surface here, going straight. And a matter of fact, they're going 190 miles an hour. We have a new leader. Dustin German is the race leader, but guess what? The 47 of Kyle Edgar is the one that's pushing him. Leaders coming up on climber time here. David Climber in the 420 down on the bottom. They're going to make their way around that truck up on the high side there. Right now it's 1, 2, 3 German, Edgar, and Crump. TJ Coggins and Charles Silvas a little bit further back, and they do have 10 laps to close that gap. Shouldn't be a problem here. It just depends on how everything works out and how the lap traffic plays out for these guys. David Climber blends in right behind the 88 of TJ Coggins. Charles Silvas is side by side with TJ now. Top 3 out there really moving around this thing. Here the 11 of Scott Crump fell off just a little bit there. That could slow these top 2 trucks down just a little bit and allow these other guys to catch them a little bit more faster. Charles Silva stuck out on the high side here. We got 6 trucks down on the bottom. Looks like he does have one truck willing to help him there. That's the 119, which is Corey Stansel 2 laps down. And he changes his mind, goes back to the bottom. And here, while we are at 9 laps to go, let's do it one more time for you guys. Turn it up. Caution is out here with 7 laps to go. We will have a restart here that will allow a couple trucks to get back on the lead lap. I believe Sean Freeman, Ryan Kendrick, and Lee Robinson might be back in this thing, so it might not be over for those guys, but this caution will shake things up here. Believe our 4th caution of the night, and we can take a look and to make sure here. Caution number 3, actually. We have 3 cautions here in a 50-lap race. Pretty good. There's 7 laps under caution so far. Let's check out the weather here at Daytona. Nice and cool, man, tonight. 70-degree air temp, 71-degree track temperature. But, man, this caution really gonna shake things up here and make it anybody's ball game now. I believe Thomas Coggins probably didn't want to see that caution, but, hey, that's how it goes. 6 laps to go now. These guys are catching up to the pace car, so let's do it. Let's get an interview in with another driver. Let's pull up. I'll tell you what. Trying to figure out if these guys are gonna catch the pace car or not. It does say we're under caution. But yeah, we are under caution, so when these guys do get down on the pit row, if they come in, a lot of drivers are going to stay out here. With it being just a couple laps left, you might see some trucks fake and act like they're going down pit road, but we already know Dustin German not coming in here. Scored as your race leader right now here at Daytona. Well, since he's not coming in, let's see if we can get a word in with him here. Trying to find Dustin German on the radio. I believe he is on the radio, so bear with me. We'll scan this radio, find his channel, and we'll pull him up in the booth here. Dustin German, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Jay?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. You been playing it safe out there tonight, man. You found a couple trucks you could hook up with and ride. Ended up getting that thing up to the front, man. What, you got any kind of strategy going into this, or is it just, hey, whatever happens, you're just going for the win?
Yeah, my strategy earlier was just to be safe until, 15, 20 to go and try to work my way up safely. We had a green flag pit stop there, and wasn't really expecting that to happen, but it was pretty fun. We pitted under green. I came out third and took the win there as we were getting caught by some guys that were on our same lap there. But yeah, the strategy here is just hold it down to the floor and try to win it. But trying to save a little bit under caution here to maybe make it. I think I'm good, but just a little bit in the bank.
Oh, really? How many laps you looking at on fuel there on a fuel run?
Somewhere around 20. Just depends on how much you draft.
Oh, man, you should be fine, man. You ain't been out there that long. I believe y'all came in around 10 laps or so, man. Hey, good luck, man. I know you're going to do whatever you can to get this win, and you've been doing all good tonight, so good luck out there.
All right, man. Thank you.
Dustin German, man. I tell you what, we got time for one more, and you're right, Mike. Let's go find out what the caution was for. And Randy Brashears is what brought out that caution here. And we'll go back and take a look one more time here. Randy Brashears. Oh, contact between them sends the 63 off the track, man. 63 did what he could to hang on to it. But you seen it as Lee Robinson threads the needle along with Richard Swaverly and a bunch of other guys. So that's why we're under caution, man. Thank you, Mike. I got a little carried away there. So, and that's why we're under caution here, folks. Sorry about that. You can thank Mike Fallman. Follow him on Twitch, Mike the Fallman. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, lights are still on the pace car, so you know what that means. We still got time. So we're going to do it. We're going to try to get one more driver interview in as we're under caution here. Noah Samples, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, you look good tonight. Clean truck. You're up there, man. What's the plan here on this restart?
Go get them.
Just hammer down, make everything get out of your way, or you know, you got a teammate out there maybe you're gonna work with.
Yeah, I'll try to use this other iRacing flag, iFlag truck in front.
Hey man, sounds good. Well, you guys are doubled up, getting set to go back green. It's gonna be a 2-lap shootout. So good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, Noah Samples out there in the iRacing iFlag number 8. Check them out at iRacingIFlag.com or find them on Facebook by clicking that link right there. Any other information you may need, it is in the description of this video, either if you are on Facebook or on YouTube. Twitch, got a little bit less information on the Twitch side because they got a limit on what I can put in there. But find us at SRTV Network on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. And if you like what you see, hey man, we appreciate the support too. Hit that follow button or that subscribe button, or hit the, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you feel comfortable with. Oh, here we go, guys. The pace car's off the track and the hammer is down. The loud pedal back in action at Daytona for race number 1. 2-lap shootout. Who's gonna win it? German down on the bottom. Edgar up on the high side. German getting help from that 11. If the caution comes out, this one is over. Scott Crump pushing Dustin German down the backstretch. The 47, no help, trying to use a little bit of side draft, trying to make a block on the high side because Hollywood Charles Silva said, I want to win. Coming off of turn number 4, Dustin German, the race leader. The white flag is out. Oh, Crump. Contact with Dustin German. German can't keep it on the bottom at 180 miles an hour. The caution is not out. We are still green. Your leader, Charles Silvas, just gets connected with the 47 of Kyle Edgar, and a lot of trucks going around right now. Back up front, we still have a race going on. These guys are not under caution, so it's full throttle for the 47 and the 88. If TJ can back off just a second and then get that run, he'll be able to take this win away from Kyle Edgar. Edgar throws a block. TJ made the move, couldn't do it. Oh, wow. Kyle Edgar gets the win at Daytona for race number 1 for a dramatic finish for the first race of the season for the International Asphalt Association, presented by Xcaliber Racing Engines, iRacing iFlag Truck Series at Daytona. And this guy, you see him, the 47 of Kyle Edgar. He managed to make it through that madness. And he's probably celebrating right now on the radio with his team as he pulls around to park that thing in victory lane after he celebrates on the front stretch on the great victory. Stay tuned, everybody. We got driver interviews coming up, and there ain't no telling what's going to be said on the microphones here tonight, because that was one crazy finish here for race number 1. But the 47 of Kyle Edgar got it done, and he's going to be the first winner for the season opener. And that's Daytona, guys. That's how it goes. It's a crapshoot. And Dustin German's going to finish 5th, by the way. Charles Silvas comes home 7th. All those guys that were up front, they still get a pretty good finish, but they don't get the win. Let's take a look at our race results before we go through our driver interviews here for the post-race show on Sim Race TV. Kyle Edgar with the win. TJ Coggins gonna bring it home in 2nd, and in 3rd we got Blake Mosley to round out the top 3. And we also got Sean Freeman coming home 4th. Dustin German gets a top 5 here. Charles Silvas is gonna bring it home in 6th. Richard Swavely comes home 7th. Noah Samples in 8th. Scott Crump and Ryan Kendrick rounds out the top 10. Lee Robinson comes home 11th. Chris Nadwernick, Ty Dowman, David Clymer, Corey Stansel, Randy Brashears, Dustin Heath, J.D. Sass, Carl Young, Jarrett Galloway, Keith Hackney, Cody Kenwine, and Jason Nash rounds out the field for a phenomenal race with a dramatic finish here for race number 1. And we're going to get a word in with our 3rd place finisher and also the admin over here for the International Asphalt Association, Blake Mosley. Blake Mosley is Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
I do.
How the heck did you come home 3rd after that race? You know, you guys kind of drifted back just a little bit, lost the draft, green flag, pit stops. You managed to keep it on the lead lap there with Noah Samples and you come home third, man. How'd you do it?
Me, Noah, Corey, and a couple other of us, we kind of had a plan from the get-go, just kind of ride in the back, let the wrecks happen, and they did. And the first caution or second caution, I forgot to pit when the rest of the cars did, and we wanted to go back to the back. So I went down the next lap and got a 15-second penalty, and it kind of screwed me there for a little bit, but I was able to get back on lead lap. And how I got third, I have no idea, because I was blowing black smoke that last about 3/4 of the lap.
But what a dramatic finish, man. You know, coming to the white flag there, a little bit of contact. I believe it was Crump and German made a little contact there. German knocks it off the track, can't get it under control, comes back up, man, and then trucks everywhere. But it stays green. No caution. How'd it happen?
Well, it was white flag lap was one reason, but I don't know how I actually made it through there. I actually got hit and was about 90 degrees, and dirt track experience kicked in there. I was able to dirt track it through the grass for a minute, and I somehow, like I said, pulled off a third. I was really not expecting that. But, hey, I got a big mover, though.
Hey, man, I really enjoyed it, man. You guys really put on a good show out there. And the 123 iRacing iFlag Chevy Silverado started 20th. And you come home third, man, with a little bit of luck. Anybody you want to thank for that?
iFlag for the series, Sean and all the admins that helped me out during the week, and mainly the drivers that showed up. Now, I really wasn't expecting this big of a crowd, and normally this big of a crowd is a disaster at Daytona, but I give these guys props. I mean, this was a pretty good race tonight. We actually had a green flag pit stop at Daytona. I mean, you don't see that very often.
Hey, man, 3 cautions tonight. You know, I've seen a lot worse things happen out there. So for you had 3 cautions for 11 laps, man. My hat goes off to you guys, man, and I really enjoyed it, and I think everybody else out there did too, man. So, hey, man, congratulations on your 3rd place finish on the podium.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That was Blake Mosley, man. Somehow, some way, he comes home in 3rd. But now we got to get a word in with TJ Coggins after starting on the pole. He started 1st. He's going to finish in 2nd after that dramatic finish. Thomas Coggins, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, man, coming down to that last lap, tell us what was going through your mind.
Chaos. That's what I have in my mind. And I saw him wrecking going into the start-finish line, and I just moved up a little bit to try to make sure I missed the other guy wrecking across the field. And then got down into turn 1 and saw they were wrecking too, and I had to ditch it down in the bottom of the corner. And then coming back up, I was kind of hoping I was going to be able to sneak around the first place guy and get the win, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, man, I'm still trying to take in what happened there. You know, after you get through all those guys, man, I'm up here and I'm screaming, and I'm like, if he'll just back off of him and then get the run, he'll have the win. But you made that move, man. He tried to throw a block. You got there, but just didn't have enough to do it, man. But you gave it all you could have. And, you know, you come home 2nd tonight, and you really dominated this one. You led 16 laps out of 50 and started on the pole, man. So you came. They know you was here, TJ. They know you was here.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. I got turned under one of the cautions and had to pit, and then got everything was good then, and then I got back out there on the track, and somebody clipped my right rear, so I had to go back into the pit, and then somewhere about halfway through the race got a little bit of left front damage, which is where I was struggling some on speed. So I don't know, I was trying to figure out what to do, and unfortunately it just didn't work out this time. Yeah,
man, and I'd have to say if you didn't have that little bit of damage, man, you might have had that win. And you know, I was trying to yell you faster, but it didn't work.
I appreciate it, Jay Weezy. Thank you.
Hey, buddy, anybody want to thank tonight?
Yeah, man, I really want to thank y'all for thank you for broadcasting it. Thank Blake for putting it on. I don't have Madman on my truck right now, but plan on getting the paint scheme for Madman Motorsports, which we primarily run dirt. So it's a little fun to get out here and run super speedway.
Hey, I'm really looking forward to you watching you this season, man. So good luck and great job tonight.
Thank you, Jay Wizard.
All right, now it's time to talk to our winner here tonight, Kyle Edgar. He started 4th, and he somehow made it through that madness and held off TJ Coggins to bring home the win for the first race of the season for XRE IAA iRacing iFlag Truck Series here at Daytona. Let's see if we can talk to Kyle Egger. Kyle, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4 guy.
Hey man, tell us what you were looking at. I know you was in the mirror coming off of turn number 4 after you made it through all that madness.
Yeah, for sure. Well, going into turn 1 there, we were 3 wide, and you know, once the white flag throws, it's game on. And the only way he would have been able to make the 3 wide on the top work is if he came down, thought he was clear, but it wasn't clear. We tangled, 3 of us tangled at the front, and it was mayhem from there. I can't believe I made it through there with no motor damage. You know, my nose is all crunched, and once I got down the back straightaway, I saw TJ coming quick and had to throw the block. Either he turns me or I make it work, but that's a risk I'm willing to take here.
Absolutely, man. You know, I don't know anybody that wouldn't. And you did it, man. You held him off. And I believe that he may have had either more damage than you, or you just had more momentum than him. But somehow, either way, it all worked out for you, man. The cards fell in your direction tonight, and you're gonna get that win, man. Congratulations. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, I gotta thank everybody back at the shop putting this truck together, plate racing. Next week we go to Atlanta, so one, I don't have that track yet. I gotta buy it, so we'll see how much practice I get during the week. I run the Cars Esports Tour and a lot of big leagues here over the week, so hopefully I got some time to put this thing together. I gotta thank everybody in the chat, you guys for putting this on. Jade Franklin, everybody back at his team in real life. You know, it's gonna be a good season, I think, and so far we're locked into the chase.
Well, that's right, man. That win is gonna, you know, it's gonna lock you in. So good luck, man, this season. I'm really excited to see how the 47 does out there. Good luck next week and moving on.
Thanks,
and most importantly, man, congratulations on the win. Kyle Edgar does it, man, and I know he's excited. Locks himself into the chase with a win here at Daytona, the first race of the season, just barely edging it out over TJ Coggins, who started on the pole, and Blake Mosley comes home third. Man, you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. So thanks for coming out and watching this one here on Sim Race TV, on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. And thanks to Xcaliber Racing Engines and iRacing and iFlag for bringing us this series, and all the admins over at the International Asphalt Association. That's going to do it for tonight here from Daytona for SRTV Network. I'm Jay Weezy, guys and girls. You folks have a great night, and we'll see you back Sunday night.